You have said that you resent the idea of being called an African American, that
Yes.
you are a black American.
Yes.
Explain.
I think that when they call black people who were born and raised for generations in this country, if you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations, your family has been here, you know, built this country too. Sweat and tears and all that, you know, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country.
And after the fourth or fifth African American, I couldn't take it anymore. And I said, I don't want to be offensive, and I'm not suggesting that you are being offensive, but I really don't like the term African-American. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I said, again, you didn't offend me. I'm just telling you, I consider the term to be demeaning, divisive, and pretty stupid. I mean, after all, the Constitution banned the importation of new slaves in 1808. So the likelihood is that my people have been here longer than most of the white people who are here. Yet you don't find white people with a Irish-American or British-American or German-American. Why do I have a hyphen, but many whites who arrived here after my family did do not have a hyphen?
I'll be the first one to tell anybody, I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born on American soil. I was born in America, and then it's no different from the. We're gonna go into the Floyd Mayweather mine. So when the Europeans came to the Native Americans, well, they like to call them Native Americans, but the Indians' land, we don't call them European Americans. So I don't want to be called an African American. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? You can call me a black American, but I'm an American.
It's hard to, when you say that to some people, because they say, oh, there you go with a pull yourself up by the bootstraps thing, and, you know, you're just being respectable. Not everybody can do that.
Well, everybody can. Courage is the key to life itself. There are a lot of people who are born in situations where they say, well, I'll never get out of this. So they won't. I say to people who say, well, I would like to have done so and so and so. So, well, you could have done it. So, well, I couldn't get out of here. Man, the bus runs every day.
I thought what you said was fascinating because you called it bull when you said people can't, you know, pull themselves up. Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't?
Today?
Cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
Black History Month, you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
The African-American one is just horrible. We're inconsistent with it. For example, Charlize Theron is South African. No, because she's white, but she's from Africa. Yeah, but her ancestors are not from there. 3, 4, 5 generations of them are. No, African-American, that's a term that we use for individuals of African descent who survived slavery. Okay, then Obama was not our first African-American president because his father was a Kenyan and they were not a product of slavery. It just breaks down. It just doesn't work. I don't want to be hyphenated. I don't want.
Vody crushing it. And it's why I keep talking about, hey, we only got one identity, Christians. That will work for us. That will empower us. That will compel us to take actions that will liberate free and empower us. Bodie killing it.
The legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the
I
legal?
think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, yeah, they're little yummies. I said, who? He said, little yummies. Look up, Google Lil Yummy. Lil Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him, and he's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
That makes no sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father? Yeah. It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And yeah, well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his father?
Yeah.
In your mind, have race relations improved under his leadership?
You know, race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are. I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, oh, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
Today, Singapore is richer than its ex-colonizer, Great Britain. So when I hear people telling me today, oh, Africa is poor because of colonization, I'm like, please, let's move on from that. Did it have maybe a tiny percentage in where we are today? Maybe, and I don't know. But I know it's not the cause. Many, countless countries have been colonized before. And by the way, colonizing one another is humanity's history. It just happened that maybe Africa has been one of the last, colonized region in the world. So in our psyche, it is there and it acts like nothing happened before to others. But flash news, it's the history of the world. We've been capturing each other back and forth, all of that.